You ever hear of an assault lower? Yeah, either have I. Welcome back to the channel, Wolverines. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist and hot sauce aficionado. Today we are brought to you by JSD Supply. JSD Supply is your go-to place for everything you need to complete your build for your Polymer 80 or your P320 SIG kit that they sell. They also sell Patmos slides and a bunch of other really cool stuff. Check them out at JSD Supply. If you can do me a big favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about assault lures below. Do you have any assault lures? Do you know anyone that has any assault lures? Or if you're just wondering what the hell an assault lure is, so was I. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Back in October, the San Diego Ghost Gun Task Force, because, you know, they're like Ghostbusters, but they bust guns, I guess, raided a company. At the time, the company was unknown, but due to my sources, I figured out that it was AGK Supply. AGK Supply sells P80s and a bunch of other really cool stuff, but they were raided. So let's go ahead and talk about why they were raided, and then we will get into the other stuff. They were raided because a temporary employee of theirs bought a slide and a parts kit from AGK. So this temporary employee took the parts kit and slide and completed a P80 that he had. The P80 was not from the company at all. He completed the P80 and sold it online. He met up with a guy who he was selling the completed P80 to, and that guy happened to be an undercover cop working with the San Diego Ghost Gun Task Force. They arrested him, and then they got him to flip. They arrested the suspect and realized that he worked for AGK Supply, which was a unfinished frames and receivers company located in San Diego. So they decided, since they sold evil ghost guns, that they would raid the company, which they did. They raided the offices of AGK, and they seized the computers and they seized all their inventory, and they said that, hey, look at all these ghost guns we took off the streets. Not saying that they actually raided a company that sold unfinished frames and receivers to the general population, and 99.9% of those guns would go to people like me, who's an enthusiast who likes building them. But they didn't say that because that wouldn't make good press. At the same time, they launched a raid on the owner's house. I'm not going to name the owners for privacy reasons, but they did confirm this happened. So they raided the owner's house. They took cell phones, computers, and everything else. They found a couple rifles that were not in compliance, and they also found lowers, strip lowers. They seized those lowers, and they considered those lowers assault lowers because they could be turned into assault weapons, which is ridiculous. They also took $90,000 in cash from the business in the house, which is going to be very hard to get back, because even if they do drop the charges, they're probably going to use civil forfeiture to try to keep it. The employee did not sell the firearm on AGK Supply's property, and he did not sell the firearm during working business hours. Remember, the P80 kit that he used was not acquired from AGK at all. He had that before he even worked there. So it looks like the San Diego's Ghost Gun Task Force used that as an excuse to shut down the company, which is not surprising because San Diego is not exactly a pro-gun place. Right now, the owner is being charged with conspiracy, and we will have to see where it goes from here. I think we're going to be seeing more of these raids and more of these abuses of law enforcement's power to crack down on what they perceive as ghost guns. We have to keep an eye out for it, and we have to call it out every time we see it and push back against it. Hopefully the owner will defeat these charges, and hopefully some groups step up to help them. Once I get like a legal defense fund or any information like that, I will pass it on to you guys. All right, that's it for today. Remember my Patreon. Remember my live channel. I'm not going to really plug them too much, but just remember them. All right, my name is John Crump. I am out of here. Stay ever vigilant. Stay ever free. Keep in the fight. Wolverines, motherfucker.